Hello NLM 545. This is Matthew Gandy, and this is my Week 6 Yellow Dig post on the Service Executive Certification. Jumping right into things, the first question addresses what advantages does such a model have for nonprofit organizations that want to build their volunteer management capacity? Most importantly, this certification grants organizations on average a 23% increase in annual volunteers. So in the first place, it'll give the organization more volunteers to work with. Additionally, it provides organizations with a network of other organizations that are facing problems similar to theirs. So it's kind of a knowledge pool, a hive mind that you can utilize to improve your organization if something were to occur. Another really important key or thing that you receive from the Service Executive Certification is, on average, the value of labor hours for your volunteers increases by about $63,000. So what this does for volunteer managers is it makes their numbers look a lot better in the first place, but they're also getting more out of the volunteers that they have. So the money that they're putting in to bring in volunteers is going further and doing more in the end. So the next question in this model, it asks, is this model appropriate for all organizations? In short, no, it's not great for all organizations, in particular smaller organizations. The reason why is because the cost associated with obtaining the certification for a small organization might not fit in their cards initially. And on top of this, Points of Light noted that there's only 32 service enterprise hubs, and that's across 18 states. So if you're an organization who is small to mid-size and you're in a state that doesn't have one of these hubs, it would cost quite a bit to send your management staff out to earn this certification and then come back and employ it. So those are a couple of reasons why it wouldn't be perfect for smaller organizations, but in the long run, when they become a mid-size organization, or mid to large size organization, it could be really beneficial. So the third and final question asks, under what conditions do you think this might fit particularly well or particularly poorly? I'm going to take the latter in this approach, and I'm going to talk about an organization where this would fit particularly poorly. And unlike my example where this model would be appropriate for all organizations, and I said no, because it wouldn't be good for small organizations, the example I'm going to use for this is a larger organization like Goodwill. So Goodwill is already established and it has the name recognition, and they're not hurting for volunteers or employees, which they use greatly because they're drawing in money and they have storefronts. Goodwill isn't hurting for volunteers, they're not hurting for employees, and they're already bringing in a surplus of money. And they have their things down and their T's and Q's are crossed. So in this case, I feel it would be more of a waste of time. Though you may get some benefits out of it, the organization doesn't need it at this stage. I think this certification is most important for those organizations that are mid-size and they're making the jump to a larger size. So they're trying to expand their services and bring in more volunteers. And I think in this case that would help them quite a bit. Well, that's it. Have a good night, everyone.